Richie Vitale here. I want to show you something Barry Harris teaches as the other diminished. I learned this as a double diminished. I'm going to do this on piano because it's easier to show the theory. But if you want to see it on trumpet in B flat, skip ahead towards the end of this video. So Barry Harris is talking about the other diminished, and I call it the double diminished. And then there's version 2. You could play a diminished scale over any dominant chord, and it'll always be half step, whole step, half step, whole step. Where normally, in a Jobim tune, for instance, it'll be whole step, half step, whole step, half step. But there is a reason for that, and I'll show you. Over a G7, you have a diminished scale that is half tone, whole tone. So whenever you're playing a diminished over a dominant chord, it'll be half step, whole step. Now Barry's line on the G7 looks like that. But there's another diminished arpeggio in this scale. So that's where Barry gets this line. On the D minor, you're anticipating the G diminish. G7, finishing the G diminish. Resolving to C minor. Pretty cool. So there are your two diminished. So when Barry talks about the other diminished, he's not talking about this one. This is the one you normally play over a G7. Start on the third of a G7 and play a diminished arpeggio. Resolve to C minor or C major, whatever the tune calls for. But because of the scale, we have two diminished. So if you go onto YouTube and you look at Practicing the Blues with the Horns, Part 1, with Barry Harris, 21 minutes in, this is what you'll hear. Now, about 4.5 minutes into the video, Playing with the Horns, Part 1, with Barry Harris on YouTube, there's a second line, and this is the one that uses the other diminished. And it goes like this. Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on the other diminished. If you have any questions, comments, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section below. Also, feel free to subscribe to my channel for updates on my newest jazz video lessons. I've also started a brand new Patreon page to help defray the cost of making these videos, where I'll be including PDFs of these lessons and insider tips. Please feel free to go to patreon.com/Richie Vitale and join up to help in this jazz journey. Thank you for watching and happy practicing.